The soldier that doesn't bleed. A humanoid robot stands 6 feet tall, weighing 190 pounds. It sprints through rubble, leaps over barriers, executes back. When humans push it, it regains balance instantly. When it falls, it stands back up. This isn't Hollywood TC's Atlas. Boston Dynamics' revolutionary robot developed with DARPA funding. But here's the critical question. Is this the future combat soldier, or just an expensive tech demo? DARPA, the Defense Advanced Research Projects Agency, has been developing military robots for over 3 decades. The goal? Create machines that can operate in environments too dangerous for humans. Atlas represents their most ambitious humanoid project. Originally unveiled in 2013 for search and rescue missions following the Fukushima nuclear disaster. In April 2024, Boston Dynamics retired the hydraulic version and launched a fully electric Atlas with enhanced strength and unprecedented range of motion, including movements beyond human capability. But Atlas is just one piece. DARPA's broader robotic portfolio includes the Legged Squad Support System, a 4-legged robot designed to carry 400 pounds of equipment alongside Marines. Then their robotic Autonomy in complex environments with resiliency testing 12-ton tracked vehicles that navigate autonomously through military-relevant terrain. The vision is clear. Robots that enhance human soldiers' capabilities, not replace them entirely. At least, that's the official position. The testing has been extensive and impressive. In the 2015 DARPA Robotics Challenge, teams competed with robots performing tasks like opening doors, climbing stairs, using power tools, and driving vehicles. Atlas from IHMC Robotics completed the entire course in 50 minutes and 26 seconds. Placed in second, by 2017, Atlas demonstrated parkour abilities running across uneven terrain, jumping onto platforms, executing videos went viral. The 2024 fully electric version showcases even more striking capabilities, moving its legs in ways that would be anatomically impossible for humans. Designed specifically for industrial efficiency rather than mimicking human motion. But outside controlled environments, reality checks emerge quickly. The Legged Squad Support System, the 4-legged pack mole, seemed promising initially. It could carry 400 pounds, follow voice commands, navigate rough terrain. Marines tested it from 2012 through 2015. Then they canceled it. Why? The robot was too loud. Enemy forces could hear it from distances that compromised stealth. It broke down frequently in field conditions, requiring specialized maintenance troops couldn't perform. And critically, it couldn't integrate naturally into traditional Marine patrols. By late 2015, after spending $42 million, the Marines put LS-3 into storage permanently. Similar challenges plague other systems. Initial soldier feedback on 50-kilowatt laser systems mounted on Stryker vehicles deployed to the Middle East was characterized as not overwhelmingly positive, with issues in heat dissipation, electronics wear, and durability in harsh tactical environments. The most significant obstacle isn't mechanical, it's intelligence. Current military robots operate with supervised autonomy, meaning humans control critical decisions while AI handles lower-level functions like navigation and balance. According to DARPA Program Manager Dr. T.J. evaluating autonomous weapon systems' ability to follow human ethical norms remains wildly aspirational. Through the ASIMOV, Program Autonomy Standards and Ideals with Military Operational Values, DARPA is attempting to create benchmarks for measuring ethical difficulty of military scenarios and robots' ability to perform ethically within them. The challenge is immense. In ambiguous combat situations, distinguishing civilians from combatants requires nuanced judgment. Algorithms struggle with proportionality, weighing military advantage against potential civilian harm. Automated systems don't experience emotional distress or fatigue. potentially making better tactical decisions, but they lack the moral reasoning humans possess inherently. Research from the University of Washington examining soldier trust in AI reveals a critical divide. Senior officers with over 20 years of service generally do trust AI for combat decisions. Junior personnel show more openness, but skepticism remains widespread. Trust calibration between humans and autonomous systems remains unresolved. There's also algorithmic bias. Biased systems could misclassify civilians as combatants or disproportionately affect certain demographic groups. Regular evaluation and transparent mechanisms for identifying and mitigating biases are essential but not yet standardized. Can robots replace soldiers? Short answer, no. Not in the foreseeable future. Boston Dynamics explicitly prohibits weaponization of its general-purpose robots as outlined in their terms, ethical principles, and an open letter, co-signed by 6 leading robotics companies, opposing weaponization of commercially available robots. Atlas isn't designed for combat. It's optimized for industrial tasks, moving materials in automotive manufacturing, operating in hazardous environments like nuclear facilities, performing search and rescue. The electric version launching in 2025 will be deployed first at Hyundai manufacturing facilities, not military bases. What DARPA is actually pursuing is human-machine teaming. Robots handle physically demanding task-carrying equipment, transporting supplies, conducting reconnaissance. Humans retain decision-making authority, especially for lethal force. The Pentagon's Replicator Initiative, announced in 2023, aims to rapidly scale autonomous weapons deployment, but Congress and industry experts criticize it as underfunded and vaguely defined. The program focuses on autonomous drones and unmanned vehicles, not humanoid combat robots. Current autonomous systems excel at specific missions, bomb disposal, logistics, surveillance. They fail at complex, dynamic tasks requiring adaptability, improvisation, and moral judgment, precisely what defines infantry combat. The ethical debate is heating up globally. In December 2023, the UN General Assembly passed Resolution 78-241 with 152 countries voting in favor, acknowledging serious challenges raised by lethal autonomous weapons systems only for countries Belarus, India, Mali, and Russia voted against. Human Rights Watch and organizations like Stop Killer Robots advocate for international treaties banning fully autonomous weapons. Their argument centers on 3 concerns: accountability, escalation, risk, and human dignity. First, accountability. If a robot commits a war crime, who is responsible? The programmer? The commanding officer? The manufacturer? Current international law requires clear chains of command and individual accountability that autonomous systems muddy. Second, escalation risk. Because deploying robots carries lower political costs than risking soldiers' lives, nations might be more willing to initiate conflicts. What starts as limited drone warfare could escalate uncontrollably. Third, human dignity. Delegating life and death decisions to algorithms fundamentally undermines human moral agency. This philosophical objection resonates across cultures and religions. Counter-arguments exist. Texas A&M philosopher Eric Reed suggests autonomous weapons distribute culpability across development teams rather than placing all responsibility on young soldiers making split-second decisions under extreme stress. They can be programmed to act conservatively, potentially reducing civilian casualties compared to emotionally compromised humans. Recent DoD directives mandate that autonomous weapons systems allow commanders and operators to exercise appropriate levels of human judgment over the use of force. This human-in-the-loop requirement remains Department of Defense policy. Within 5 years, expect widespread deployment of semi-autonomous ground vehicles for logistics and reconnaissance. Quadruped robots like Boston Dynamics, spot-ready, used by police and military for surveillance will become standard for base security and hazardous material inspection. Within 10 years, autonomous swarms will dominate battlefields. Hundreds of coordinated drones working in network systems, overwhelming enemy defenses through sheer numbers. This is already happening. Russia deployed its VTU loitering munition in Ukraine, capable of autonomous navigation in GPS-denied environments, with reports of swarms containing 7 drones attacking simultaneously. Humanoid combat robots, not likely within 20 years. The technology for human-shaped killing machines exists, but ethical, legal, and practical obstacles make deployment improbable. Specialized robots optimized for specific military tasks will prove far more effective than generalized humanoids. The real future isn't Terminator. It's human soldiers equipped with robotic support systems, exoskeletons, enhancing physical strength, AI-powered targeting assistance, autonomous logistics vehicles supplying frontline troops, enhanced humans, not robot replacements. So is IT real or hype? Both. The technology is absolutely real. Atlas can do things that seemed impossible a decade ago. DARPAS. Robots demonstrate genuine breakthroughs in mobility, dexterity, and autonomy. But the hype around robot soldiers misrepresents reality. These systems aren't replacing infantry. They're tools, sophisticated, expensive tools with severe limitations. Atlas costs millions. It requires constant maintenance. Battery life remains inadequate for sustained operations. Most critically, it lacks the general intelligence necessary for complex combat scenarios. The Legged Squad's support system cancellation proves the pattern. What works in laboratories often fails in battlefield conditions. Noise, reliability, maintenance, integration practical concerns kill programs despite technological achievement. Here's the truth. DARPA doesn't advertise for every viral video of Atlas doing back. There are hours of failures, crashes, and the impressive parkour runs represent optimized, rehearsed demonstrations, not typical performance. The future of military robotics is real and approaching fast. But it won't be humanoid. It will be specialized machines doing specific jobs, always supervised by humans. The ethical frameworks, international treaties, and accountability structures required for truly autonomous combat systems don't exist yet and won't exist soon. DARPAS. Robot Soldier. It's real technology with genuine military applications, but the Hollywood vision of mechanical warriors replacing human troops. That's pure hype, likely to remain so for decades to come. The question isn't whether robots will transform warfare. They already have. The question is whether we'll maintain human control over life and death, surrender that responsibility to algorithms,